Three, two, one. Hey, everybody, this is Victor. I am here with Obi, and we're going to be talking about his story. Obi is a student of mine in my program here, Six-Figure House Flipper, and we're going to be talking about how Obi went from beginner to 31K in funding for his first deal, which is really exciting. How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, appreciate you hopping on here, sharing your journey so far. You've been with me a couple months now. Since probably January, February, but you've hit like a really cool milestone where you actually got funding, and now like you got this funding, now you can go put it into a flip. So I want to get into that, but before we do, like what's your background?
Yes, my background, I'm a full-time employee with a company. I do programming mostly.
Okay.
So I build websites and computer programs for the company.
Mm-hmm.
I do that as well as do some contract jobs on the side, which I do mostly on weekends and at nights. I do a website and mobile app development as well. So that's kind of my occupational background. And I'm also a father of two kids, father of two kids. So I'm a pretty busy guy day in, day out.
Seems like it. Yeah, every time I talk to you, you're super busy. Like, hey, but you still make time for real estate. So I'm curious, like what got you interested in real estate in the first place?
Yes, I realized not too long ago that I want to be able to live a lifestyle where I can have enough time to do what I want to do on the side, not only to provide for my family, but to be able to have free time to do other things. And working a 9-to-5 job wasn't exactly something I wanted to do in the long term. And I had always been interested. I've heard success stories about real estate, because I know it's an avenue where someone can become financially independent, because really the properties are always appreciating. So there's always opportunity there for to become successful in real estate. So that kind of got me interested in it. I had attended a few seminars just to get to understand what it was all about, and that kind of piqued my interest into it. So that's why I decided to go for it.
How did you like those seminars, and like how did those seminars go for you?
The seminars were more like eye openers on on the benefits of real estate, of what it's all about, of all the different avenues that one could use to get into real estate. So it was kind of an educational eye opener for the experience of what real estate was all about and how one can benefit from it.
I got you. Okay. Okay. So you want to get into real estate, before we met, before you got started with me, like what were some like the struggles or hurdles, obstacles that were kind of holding you back from getting started?
The biggest, the two of them actually. One of them was time. Didn't have much time, given my busy life schedule. I didn't have enough time to actually dedicate into researching more into real estate.
Okay.
But besides that, even if I was able to make the time, the second biggest thing was being able to find somebody to guide me through. More like a mentorship type of individual that would kind of point me in the right direction of hey, this is what to do. And I had looked around, I had attended several real estate seminars, trying to get to know people and all that. But in the end, I was not able to get to meet anyone, somebody that could actually, someone I could pretty much mentor me, or I could shadow off of, just let me at least follow him and watch his footsteps and be able to learn from him. So, So those are the two big things that kind of caused me to put real estate in the back burner, basically.
Okay. And then, that was then. This is now. Like now you're actively, out there. You got this funding, which is great. You ended up joining my program, Six-Figure House Flipper. You've been in it. How has my program and like guidance and mentorship kind of been different from these seminars? And like how have you enjoyed it? Like what's been your experience so far?
Joining a program is definitely what I really needed to get started and to get laser focused in my real estate journey, because the seminars is like, when you go to a seminar, it's like somebody throwing a whole bunch of information, at your face. And it's up to you to decide, which one goes where, how to start, which path to follow. But joining a program pretty much gave me that path I was looking for, as well as that guidance to be able to follow that path that you had set up, as well as to be able to reach out to you if I have any questions along the way, And not just that, but also to be able to interact with people that have followed your program and became successful in it. So that's I think those are a couple of huge advantages of joining your program.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's been good on my end too. Like anytime you have a question, you hit me up and like I answer it, and those little questions really add up. So it's important to get those answers. So like, like what's a good deal, what's not a good deal, or like, like what should I do next? Because it's very possible and typical, like analysis paralysis just kind of holds people back, and like, I don't know so many things, so I won't do anything, basically.
Right. Exactly.
So now you got this funding, which is awesome. You got 31K in funding, which you're going to be putting towards your first deal. It's a hell of a down payment towards a deal. I'd love to hear, this is like a recommendation with a company that I recommended for you. What happened there? If you can give us like the high level details, I'd love to hear it.
Sure. So with them, in order to be able to qualify for for them to even begin, they had to look at my credit history, basically, to make sure that it was in a position that was that put me at a much lower risk, in terms of getting the loan. So so they helped me with that. They put me through a system that helped reduce my overall credit usage. And then once it got to that level, then they were able to apply for the set of the lines for me that allowed me to be able to get all the funding that I needed. So so that's kind of it in a nutshell.
No, that's awesome. Okay. And then it's 0%, basically 0% funding. So it's like, there's no really interest tied to it. You can just use it for your deals, basically.
Exactly.
Okay. Awesome.
Exactly.
That's cool. Well, I mean, with this funding in hand, like, how are you feeling about you and the real estate journey?
It's definitely a huge a mental boost for me, because that was one of the things that kind of hindered me when it came to my real estate pursuit, was the funding. Because up to this point, I would always, anytime I went to look at deals, especially from wholesalers, they would demand quite a bit of money up front, which I didn't have. Like most of them were $5K, some were $7,500. Which I didn't have, up front. But see, if I had enough time, maybe a couple of days or so, I would have been able to raise those funds. But that just wasn't the case, because they wanted the payment, more or less right there and then. Yeah. So that kind of discouraged me from moving forward, with them, and pretty much waiting for my for my funding to be available. So.
Yeah, that's I get that a lot, especially with beginners. It's typically like two things holding them back. It's like, how do I get the money? How do I get the deals? So in your case, like, we've solved the money, like that's good to go. And we were just talking before, like, okay, now we have an action plan for you to find deals. So that's just a matter of time here. But like, you got one part of the equation taken care of, so you can move, forward confidently. So I mean, you're just in a really good place, just like to make this a reality.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it, because I don't want the year to pass and not have been made a deal yet. So
we'll make it happen. Yeah. That'll be the easy part. You've got this great framework and this great foundation. Like, the rest is just going to fall into place here pretty easy. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that. On that note, like, would you recommend others work with me as well?
Oh, absolutely, definitely. It's good to have the type of mentorship program where someone is actually guiding you from beginning to end, and to also be approachable. So if anyone has any question, they can reach out to you, because the real estate journey, especially for someone with no experience, can be quite daunting. And without the proper guidance, especially from someone who has done it so many times and does it full time, it's definitely a no-brainer to join your program. Okay,
no, I appreciate the kind words there. And then why should someone listening take action now?
Because the sooner you take action, the sooner you get results. And the time waits for no one. So there's no, because no one can tell tomorrow. So you're better off starting right away, and because that's the only way you'll see results, is to start taking action now instead of making excuses. So
no, spot on. I like it. Yeah. Okay, well, very cool. Well, again, I appreciate you doing this, like sharing your story, sharing your journey. And I want to mention, like, sharing your journey so far. Like, this is milestone 1, milestone 2. Okay, Obi got a deal, and that's like Obi's at 6 figures. Like, okay, we'll keep everyone updated for sure there. But this is like a great start for you to like really take this to the next level.
John, I really looking forward to when I could be another success story.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like any final thoughts as we wrap up here? Anything else you just want to share?
I would definitely, reiterate the point that not anybody that has fears about going into real estate should just remember that it's all mental.
Yeah,
It's not live, it's not real, it's all up here. So just need to jump in, take action. You don't know what to do, reach out to Victor, and he'll answer your questions and he'll point you in the right direction. So
we'll make it happen.
so basically, don't waste any time, just do it.
Yeah, that's good advice. Cool. I appreciate it, Obi. We can end it there, but yeah, thanks so much for hopping on here, and thanks so much for sharing your story.
Sure, thanks, appreciate it.